Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation. Hello?
Hey, this is Anneke?
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
Sure, sorry about I'm a little late.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'm just happy to be able to do this and talk about this amazing new live album, being able to celebrate so much of what you've done over your musical career so far, Symphonized, which is coming out November 16th through Inside Out Music.
Yes.
So, with that said, how did this whole idea to be able to do these two shows come together?
Well, it was actually indeed, it was two things coming together. The orchestra, they are a classical orchestra, right? So, and they sometimes every now and then they create this evening and they work together. They collaborate with somebody from light music, so pop or rock or jazz, whatever. And then they create an evening and they do a show, and that's it. And they do it several times a year. And then they asked me to do the same, and they would be very interested in me because I come from a rock and metal background in Prague, and so they were very interested, and I said, of course, I would love to play with a symphonic orchestra. Then we would talk about the set list, and I said, well, next year is my 25-year anniversary, so maybe we can do some songs from those 25 years. And they said, yeah, so here we are. And then we did the show, like we planned for this one show to happen. And then when it was people reacted so enthusiastic about it that we booked another show, and that one sold out. And then I thought, if we record it, we can have a nice album. So also for the orchestra, it became something out of the ordinary. And for me too, man, I'm just so proud of it.
Yeah, and it's so cool to be able to see that too. I mean, it's a great retrospective being able to show off so many different sides of what you've been able to do over these 25 years. And getting the chance to be able to check this out over the last week or so, I mean, it's just, I really love how it all flows together. I mean, I love the fact that you could go from The Gathering into your solo material and these other materials stuff as well. I mean, it's so great to be able to see all of that in one collection.
Thanks. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually the big thing for this album has been the arrangements. There's two guys who arrange for the orchestra a lot of times, and because they're, like you said, there's so many different kind of songs from different genres or atmospheres. They got all the songs. They didn't know at least all my stuff, and so they went into this. They dove into these arrangements, and that was also the most work, other than the production or the talking about it or setting up the show, whatever. The arranging of the songs was a huge task, and they just did such a wonderful job. Like I heard when they were finished, they would be let me hear it on the crappy MIDI files and all, and then they and I could hear how wonderful a job they already did. So yeah, extremely proud of that.
So with that, how did it come together on deciding what songs were going to be performed this way?
Yeah, that was a task, because obviously there's so many songs to choose from, and what I did was I was in close contact with the creative director of the orchestra, and I talked to him about a lot of things and what I would like. So I said to him, okay, so I'll send you a huge list on Spotify with all the songs that I love, and then a few songs I definitely want to do. But other than that, you have to choose from that. So he distilled 13 or 12 pieces, and because he also has a fresh ear, because he doesn't know all my music, and he knows what would be super suitable for arranging this to symphonic orchestra. So we did that kind of together.
Oh, and I love the idea of that too. I mean, being able to collaborate in such a way, getting both ideas of what could work for a set and then putting it all together like that. And I can definitely say between all 11 songs that are shown off throughout the live album, I mean, it perfectly fits well together.
Oh, great! Well, thanks, and that's all because of the fantastic arrangers, you know. And no, like in this whole process, nobody, you know, there's a lot of times when you do a project with all new people, let alone it's like a 40-piece orchestra and the conductor and everybody involved, and there's a lot of times there's like difference of opinion or difference of what they can get out of it, or you know. Business stuff, money stuff, and everything just went so smoothly. So, and therefore, I mean, I know struggles lead to great stuff. That's true, with great lyrics at least. But when everything runs smoothly, and you're in the same wavelength creatively, although you're from totally two different worlds, I think that then something like some kind of a good energy comes to life as well next to the music. And I think people who put on the record or whatever, listen to it in the train or whatever, put on Spotify, and they can feel it whether they realize this or not. You know, that's why I believe so much in good vibes and in good energy in music, you know.
Oh yeah, and when you're able to have those brand new experiences as well, I mean, I can just imagine that the creativity and inspirations has just got to flow through. I mean, being able to perform with a live orchestra, like a symphony orchestra like this, and you know, just getting that something that you may have never thought you'd be able to do, especially to be able to show off your career. I mean, I can only imagine that's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, man, I can't believe it, to be honest. Like when I told my parents, you know, because sometimes I just put on, you know, I focus so much on the future, and I'm always in the here and now and in the future, and I almost never look back. So this was something you have to look back on, and then you have to listen to the old songs and to the gathering songs and all the old solo stuff. And now I realized, like, this is actually pretty cool, and all this stuff, and whenever I listen to the old records, and I'm always surprised of how good they sound, and because you're always like, okay, done, next, you know, and so then they tell your parents like, oh yeah, I'm going to work with this orchestra, and then you, because of their reaction, you kind of realize how special it is. Really, a whole, you know, orchestra, awesome. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So I kind of realized after the fact, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and you know, it's great to see that backing from your family, and of course the fan base as well. I mean, being able to see another side of what you're able to do and show that out for the fans as well.
Yeah, man, and the listeners, people who come to the show, they are so open-minded. You know, I'll say it again, and it's the metal crowd in general, because there's so many subgenres in general. People in metal and prog rock are open-minded. And whether I sing with an orchestra or with an acoustic guitar or with Devin or with some, you know, other or unknown band, people kind of always check out what you're doing, and then they make up their mind if they like it or not. And I think that's cool, you know. And lots of times I get the benefit of the doubt, even so. And that, I mean, there's never a day goes by without me feeling blessed because of that, and because I get to do music, not only music, but just exactly the stuff I love to do, you know, and have an audience. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and you know, it's so great. You know, after 25 years, you are able to explore all these different territories now. I mean, be it the work with Devin, be it with Viewer, be it with any of the Arjun material, or being able to showcase everything in this kind of collection in 11 songs with this release. I mean, I'm glad to see that after all this time that you're still able to do all these things, be it guest spots or full-on bands.
Yeah, me too, man. And I'm happy you appreciate it, man. That's a great thing, yeah.
And with that, the last time that I was able to talk to you was in promotion of the debut album from Viewer. I mean, since that time, I mean, how has it feel to be able to see that band get as full-fledged as it's become now?
Yeah, that's, it's been a trip because we formed the band and there was nothing, right? There was no songs, no band, there was only a vision, only a wish of myself to form a band with a band name, and everything heavy that I will ever do will be in this band, with this band, with it under this name. Also to clarify what I'm doing, because I'm doing a lot of different things. So I'm doing metal or heavy or prog with Vuur. I'm doing all the other things as a solo artist, and I created some clarity, and I wanted that. But then, I formed a band. It was the live band for Gentle Storm. We've been touring for a while, and they were just so awesome. And I thought, if I want to form a band and make my own heavy album, I have to do it with them, and I have to do it now. So that was like 2 years ago. We started all this. We toured for a year, and it's going really well. But to be honest, it's the last huge project I'm putting on, because it's a lot of work, and because nowadays, there's so many really good bands around. You have to really work hard and fight for a new band name and a new name to come across, so it's been a huge amount of work, but it's really going. It's like a train. It's fantastic. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and that's so great to hear that too. And again, like I mentioned before, it's so great to see that you are able to show off all these different sides. I mean, the fact that you are able to work so much on under your solo moniker, and being able to show off the heavier side with Vuur. I mean, that's just so cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It took some navigating because, like I said, sometimes it was too much, too much of a different thing. And then I had some projects in Holland, and then I had something going on there, and then I would sing on another album, and then or other people's albums. And so in the end, sometimes people, like, I have a whole audience that doesn't know, for instance, The Gathering, right, or the other old stuff, and then they go to see me play, and they think I'm coming on with an acoustic guitar, and they get a full-on metal band, so or the other way around. And it's like that was a bit confusing. So for once and for all, I thought, let's clear this up. It seems to work. It seems to work fine. So that's nice,
So with that as well, I mean, obviously with being able to balance out everything that you got going on, being these amazing one-off shows, or working with Vuur or the solo material, what's going to be going on next with you?
Well, I have a lot of stuff in mind for 2019. I will be celebrating this 25-year thing the whole year. I'm doing like 45 shows in Holland, which is only seated theaters, and I'm doing other songs from the 25 years together with my guitar player Punto, and I will do solo acoustic renditions of all those songs. So that will be a theater tour. And other than that, I'm planning something really special for the end of 19, also to celebrate the 25 years. And I will be touring, I hope, the US. We're working on me going there with Delane and Amorphis. That's end of 19. And as a solo acoustic, in my solo acoustic jacket. And I will do a tour with Vuur. We do some loose shows with Vuur. I do some solo acoustic stuff. And I'll do something with the orchestra again. And maybe some other orchestras. Because the funny thing is, when you work with an orchestra, other orchestras ask you for some stuff. So I'm not doing all that too. So.
Oh, that's incredible. And
no sleep for the wicked.
Oh, yes. But it's so great to see that, like, all these amazing opportunities are coming this way. I mean, whether you get to do more of the orchestral stuff, whether you get to make it back here to the States to be able to tour again, it's just like, it's so great to see that all of that is continuing on. And, yeah, I can just imagine with those, the creative juices being able to come up with new material, being able to celebrate your career throughout these 25 years, and and just being able to explore all these different territories. I mean, again, I can't say it enough. It's so cool to see that.
Ah, thanks. Yeah, I'm also writing. Indeed, like you said, it's inspiring to do all these things and to meet all these new people to work with, and to give you energy, to give you meaning of music and inspiration. So I do. I work also on new music. I write a lot of lyrics at the moment, so we'll see where that's going.
Oh, and that's great too. I mean, whether you're coming up with music on an acoustic, whether you're just coming up with lyrics that will come into full-fledged songs in the future. I mean, when you have that creativity going, it's so great when you are able to actually forego with that and being able to really push that forward and see what comes of it.
Yes, I have this freedom, and I thoroughly take advantage of it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just, again, it's so awesome to be able to talk to you about everything that you got going on right now. And of course, being able to promote this brand new live album, Symphonized, which is coming out November 16th. And just all these things that are going to be going on throughout the end of the year, throughout 2019, being able to celebrate 25 years in music. It's just like there's so much to look forward to if you are a fan of what you're doing. And it's great to see that you enjoy what you're doing so much to be able to do all of this and celebrate everything that you've done.
Yes. Well, yeah, and thank you for, putting it out there, man. Without you guys, there's nothing. So yeah, I'm equally happy with the way it's going, because you are supporting this so much, and I thank you for it.
Oh, I'm glad to be of service, and likewise, I appreciate you taking the time to be able to talk to me about everything that you got going on. It's a tremendous honor to be able to talk to you again. And
thank you.
I think it's a great note to end on too. I mean, just keeping that positivity going. So many things to look forward to in the future, and I appreciate your time being able to talk about all of it.
Thank you, and likewise. Thank you.
Oh, not a problem. Before we wrap things up, is there anything else you'd like to mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
Not at all, man. We said, you asked all the right questions. We had a wonderful conversation, and the important thing is the live album, and I'm just, happy to focus on that, and I hope everything will be rounded up for the tour in the US, because that has been a million years ago since I toured the US, so I definitely have to come back. But something will be happening at the end of 19. So.
Oh, and that definitely gives me something to look forward to. I mean, when I was able to see you a couple years back at Prog Power USA with Devin, I mean, that was something I was never sure if I was going to be able to see you live in America. So any other time that you can come back to America, no matter the project, no matter what you're doing, I mean, that's just a great thing to be able to see.
Thank you, and I'll see you there then.